Shiurim and Brocha. Let's go back to the Tzav Vziruz. We're up to chapter 25. He brings down a very fascinating shmiz. It starts up very startling. He says, don't mourn only those who kill themselves. Mourn even more for those who kill their lives. That's a shock. Boom. What? Where do we come to talk about suicides? So it seems that from 1926 through to 1928, many Yidden were losing their livelihoods, and the number of suicides was rising. Because we're now in a world where many people have lost livelihoods, and it's going to get worse. And we have to daven strongly, because if a person, and now the Rebbe is going to talk about this, we have to worry that many of our people don't have a self-awareness. Now let's get into what he's saying here, okay? So he says, mourn even more for those who kill their lives. So their life isn't worth living. What does that mean? People are bemoaning the cheapness of life because people seem to be killing themselves. And those who have committed suicide, like, what? Obviously, they don't think their life is worth much. Says the Rebbe in Nemtzach, I worry even more for the living, who he has not killed himself. Nevertheless, he is dead. Life has become so meaningless to such people that living and dying are all the same. Says the Rebbe, till now, for a Yid to go off the derech, as we call it today, he'd first have to renounce his faith that there is such a thing as mishput, that there is a Gan Eden, there is a Shemayim, right? He'd have to turn his back from everything that we believe in. But now, says the Rebbe, I see believing Jews who still believe, I believe in God, yeah, right? Who are still living hefker lives, wanton lives. And this is only because their self-esteem is so eroded and destroyed that life, death, Shemayim, heaven, hell, Gehenna, have all become meaningless. Now this should ring some alarm bells with each and every one of us. People have a sense of yiyush. My davening means anything. You tell somebody, Yingaman, your brocha has the ability to change something that's 2,000 miles away. A Yid 2,000 miles away is of tzaras, and you make your brocha, shahako, and that energy, that tzchus that you've created, can help that person 1,000 miles away. You'll never meet him. He'll never know about you. This is the ecology of Torah Judaism. So people don't even begin. They're broken. They have a broken feeling. There's a yish. They're not kofrim. They're not turning away entirely from what we cherish. But the clouded world has taken away all real feelings of what they're doing as Yidden. They're not feeling the enormity, the wondrousness of being the Aish Kodesh. Kids who go off to the OTD. They're not kofrim. They're just broken. They don't have any self-esteem. They don't know how great it is, what their koyach is in Shemaim. We don't talk about these things. Yes, every other word is Baruch Hashem and Be'ezus Hashem, but what does that mean to you, to your child? We're just going along, you know. What does Gan Eden mean? What does Gehenna mean? It doesn't mean anything in today's world. We just say the words. We have children, young people who have been abused by close people, by far people, by the establishment, by the schools. I don't know. Everyone has a story. We're all broken. That's the truth. But the worst part of that is the sense of Yirush. I have no. What am I doing here? It doesn't matter. I might as well have a good time. I can still go with a couple. I can still go to shul and do whatever I have to do because it doesn't mean anything. It's a clouded world. It's apathy. Constant apathy. We live in a world with apps. Not apathy, but apps. Look at the youngsters today. They're taking selfies. If they don't like the way they look, they just delete it. Everything is deletable. So nothing. What is it going to take to get kids excited about their Yiddishkeit? Do we even worry about these things? Oh. The world is more than just a video. Kids are swamped. We are swamped. We're all the same. Superficial stimuli that stuffs our minds up with stuff that we can't even get. We don't even feel what's emes. Our hearts have become cold. There's an expression, chilled. Chilled is apathy. Chilled is closing your heart and not holding on and caressing this great Masorah that we have for thousands of years. It's all going to be lost for nothing. People, young people especially, they don't feel Hashem is listening to them. And that's the worst years. And that's what the Rebbe was talking about. He finishes this small, all these chapters are small. He says, apathy for everything, even for one's very own being. What's life? What is it? So we have to at least start talking about these, and not in small corners or special places where we're talking about kids who are in trouble. This has to be a general conversation. Rabbanim, we have to sit just like we sit and work on the Daf Yomi. We have to start thinking and talking about what's real, about the apathy, about the loss of energy. It's not only the kids, it's ourselves. It's all ourselves. I have Yingalat. We have the lockdown. The shul is closed sometimes for a few days. Pairs of tefillin are laying there. Do I know if they put them on? What's going on? Shocked. I'm shocked. Yeah, I call up. I give a shmiz. Yeah, we'll get there. Clever. So I was talking today with a very clever yid, a very choshev yid. He said, "What's going to be? Is there going to be anyone for the Mashiach to come to?" you shouldn't despair. Yes, there are all these problems. But we have been here before. We've been here for thousands of years. The Rebbe was in his times watching the same thing going on. Call out, speak, daven for each other. And Dame Chuzat the Mashiach will come. And until such time, let us work together in creating the energy and the positive feeling of what it is to be a Yid.